So we've gotten to the point where you are going into a consultation for your solar exploration. So let's talk about what's important. On this screen, you're gonna see a couple of things that we do with our prospects and our clients as they're trying, to go solar. Number one is at Paoli, what we do is we elevate the meaning of energy. So whatever we do is to elevate your lifestyle and the meaning of energy. So we're gonna talk about why it's important, who you select to work with. And by the way, that's the single most important factor as you go in solar. That's it. A good contractor will take care of any hiccups. You want to be able to trust them. You want to know that you are in a relationship, okay, for the next 25 years or however long you own that house. This is not a transactional business. This is not a handyman or your HVAC contractor or your roofer or the guy that paints a house. This is your power, and consumption will change over time. So be mindful that you have to trust who you work with. It's not about liking the sales guy. Number two, discovery. The more questions you ask through a consultation, the better alignment you're gonna have, with that company. And maybe it's misaligned, and maybe that's not the company you should go with, but ask a lot of questions. If they are unable to answer any question that's related to what you're getting into, do not go solar with them. A good consultant and an expert in the subject matter should be exactly that, the expert. They should be able to answer every single question in that consultation. No question should go unanswered. Number three, why solar? If you're not convinced about going solar yet, you should not be having a consultation at this point, because you should have done your due diligence. Solar makes sense, it's viable, it's feasible. Everyone's doing it. You don't have an option. The utility is going solar for you. So do not ask for people to sell you on solar. That's not what the consultation should be for. It's to find out if they are the right fit for you based on the research you've done and the investigation you've done about that contractor as well. Owning versus renting. There are different financial models and how that differs from your current state, which is actually renting power from the utility. So what are the benefits of doing either or? And how do they differ, right? FAQs, what are the typical questions that most people ask? So even though you don't have those questions written down or ready for them, the consultant should volunteer those questions or concerns and talk about them, because at some point you're gonna run across that concern. And if you have doubts, you're either gonna cancel or you thought that you were scammed. So very important to keep that in mind. How do you make it visible? Okay, how do you know that moving forward, I know that my system is running, I know that my system is working properly, or if there's a problem, how do I know where that problem? So monitoring is very important, and we will talk about that as well. The next steps is, how do you transition from today, your current status, which is renting power, to going solar? How long does it take? What is the process? What should I be on the lookout for? What do I need to be, or how am I involved in that process? Very important. And last but not least is your system design. Everyone or every consultant should be showing you a system design. How is it gonna look on my roof? How many panels am I gonna have? What kind of equipment is gonna be installed, right? Maybe you don't like the way it looks on the front of the house. Maybe can you stick to the back? What are the pros and cons or the trade-offs between aesthetics, right, versus efficiency and production of those solar panels? So this is what a consultation should cover from an overall spectrum or high viewpoint.